Yo, what's poppin', my people? It's your boy Crooks the Great, back at you guys with another banger of a UFC 4 video. And in today's video, I'm going to be showing you guys how to be a dominant boxer in UFC 4 against an elite level competitor. And today we're going to be taking on Kev L with Jorge Masvidal. He has Rafael Fiziev. Now, when you are fighting an elite level player like Kev L that's very experienced against high level fighters, I mean, this guy has fought in guys like GOAT, Romero. He's fought in the ESFL, so he's a very crafty veteran player of UFC 4 at this point. So we're just starting to pop out the jab. We're throwing feelers, and I know in this matchup I'm going to be having the longer reach, just because Rafael Fiziev is a little bit of a shorter fighter compared to Masvidal. We're going to be trying to utilize the jab. So you see us moving out. We're not planning on a lot of combinations, and that's where I feel like a lot of people struggle against elite level fighters. They either stop and don't throw combinations, or they just try to pressure and then they end up getting countered, and then it just kind of spirals downhill from there. So we're just taking our time, popping out the jab. You see we're mixing it up high-low just to try to get his block to drop and to try to get him to think about us going down to the body as well. So here we're just taking our time. He tries to go with the push kick to the body, but we did catch it. Now we're a little bit on the pressure, countering him right there with a nice clean straight lead body hook. And notice how I'm launching some combinations, and I'm planning, but I'm planting at just the right time. I'm not just throwing combinations all wild. I'm trying to anticipate him standing still and then launching off a combination. So we're doing a good job so far of taking advantage of the reach, not taking too much damage, and the stamina is looking pretty good as well. So we're just giving him a little bit of space, and I know Fiziev does have some crazy kicks as well, so we could potentially get a hard counter off of like a switch kick to the body, or even sidestepping one of these teep kicks that he's throwing to the body as well. So that's a read that we are going to be trying to make. We're just taking the first round to get a feeler for how he's going to try to approach this fight too. And that's another tip that I'd give you guys when you're going up against elite level fighters, is you have to work with what they give you. You can't always be trying to look for a finish just because they could be setting up a trap for you. So we're trying to look to see if he is setting up a trap. It looks like he's trying to stay patient as well, but we are landing some heavy damaging shots. And there's a miss on the switch kick, and we punished him right there with a nice straight. Still just playing a little bit of footsies, and he's missing on most of these kicks. So we're doing a good job so far. We want to try to turn him into a pure boxer if we can with Fiziev, because that's not really Fiziev's game. He's normally known for being a very crafty kickboxer. So we're just feinting off shots. We barely miss on the punish right there with the straight. He's launching off combinations. Nice block breaker right there. He misses on the hook to the body. Just circling out. We're content with riding the rest of this round out. And that's the end of the first round. Now, those are the type of rounds that you want to have against guys like Kev L. Those are dominant rounds against elite level fighters. You might not be able to get him out of there, but it was a good enough round to win that first round. Now, I anticipate Kev L here in the second round coming out, making the adjustments that he needs to make this a little bit of a closer fight. Because he knows that he lost that first round, and if the fight continues the way that it's going, it's not going to be a good result for him. So you notice he's on the pressure a little bit more than what he was in the last round, but we finally counter him right there with a nice straight off the minor step. Nice combination. And see, he's pressuring forward. So he's mixing up his tempo. He's not just letting us sit back like he was in the first round. He's being a little more on the pressure. So that means we're going to need to increase our output a little bit, or we need to try to go for a counter shot. But Kev L does such a good job of mixing up his combinations that it's very hard to predict what combination he's going to throw. So we're still trying to go down to the body with the nice body jab. And for those of you guys that don't mix in body jabs, I would highly recommend that you do that, especially against elite level guys, as we catch him right there with a clean three-piece, hurt him, miss on the double body hooks. But mixing in the body jab can really do wonders for your stand-up, especially when you're trying to go with the boxing heavy approach, just because it gives your opponent a different look. And that's really, if nothing else, that's really what you want to do, is give your opponents different looks in the fight and different things to think about. Nice switch kick to the body right there by Kev. And now we're just starting to chip away at that block health with the jab. We're just keeping it out there as we catch him with a clean jab hook. Hurt him. Trying to block break him a little bit right there, but he did a good job of circling off. Now we've landed some more heavy damage in this round, and you see Kev is starting to back up a little bit more than I'm pretty sure he would like. And we don't want to overcommit on shots and get countered heavy, because if we do that with Masvidal here in lightweight, it can be real troubling. And Rafael Fiziev does have 94 punch power as well, so we got to be careful. Go down to the body right there. You see he's now starting to jab back. This is a very smart game plan. For those of you guys that always ask me, hey Crooks, how do I counter jab heavy or jab spammers, as you would say, as we catch him right there with a beautiful minor step straight. Trying to break that block down. Catch him with an uppercut, knock him down, but we're going for those clean KOs in these videos. Going down to the body. We're trying not to overcommit to the body and not get caught with an uppercut. Right there, catch him with a clean uppercut as he entered in the pocket. So like I was saying earlier, jabs as we get knocked down. See, that's what I'm saying with the overcommitment to combinations. If you overcommit, guys like Kev will make you pay, man. And it only takes one. It only takes one. I mean, luckily, we're able to survive that one. But it can start to spiral on you pretty fast. So we need to back up and reset. And that's what we're doing. Catch him with a clean straight, clean jab hook. And that's the end of the second round. Now, we did have a dominant second round up until we got dropped. And that's what I'm saying. You can't get too comfortable against these guys, man. Because they lull you into a false sense of security that you're doing a great job. And then they just put you to sleep. So we got to be on our P's and Q's, man. And look, now he's pressuring like crazy. We're trying to circle off. But he's doing a good job of just staying in our face, launching off the clean combinations that are breaking our block down. So now with the change in style, we have to be prepared for that. And this is where I try to tell you guys have to be good in the pocket. If you're not comfortable in the pocket and they make these kind of adjustments, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. But luckily, you know, your boy's known as the pocket god, so I'm all right. I'm all right inside the pocket. If he wants to do it inside the pocket as he stuns me right there, trying to answer back, I accidentally threw a calf kick right there, trying to go for an uppercut, but it is what it is. So he's doing a good job of nailing some good combinations in the pocket, drops us right there. Nice switch kick to the body. So now he's amping up the pressure. This is the opportunity he was looking for, and our head health is getting a little bit low. But we got to stay composed, and that's the key factor to winning fights against guys like this, is when it starts to go in their favor, you have to be able to stay composed enough to get yourself back into the fight and potentially get a finish. And this is the difference between fighting bums and fighting really good players. Really good players will test you. They're going to test your mettle. And that's exactly what Kev is doing right here. We're jabbing. Recommitting ourselves back to that jab. Double jabbing to close the distance, just to keep something in his face. Catch him right there with a clean jab hook. Hurt him. And we're trying to push him up against the fence. We're not necessarily trying to block break him. Just keeping that jab. Keeping him honest. Closing the distance. Catch him right there with a clean jab off the second strike of his combination. He tries to go with the combo, but we did block it. We'll catch him right there with a clean straight. Hurt him. Drop him right there. Now we're not going for those ground and pound finishes. We're going to try to go for the finish on the feet. We drop him again with a good jab lead hook. And now we have him up against the fence, and this is where we're going to try to go for the finish. We want to start throwing a lot of hooks because I know he's going to be major lunging off the cage. Catch him right there with another clean jab hook. Catch him with the clean jab hook again and put his lights out. And that's how you want to fight elite level fighters, man. You got to give him the great fight, respect, because Kev fought the right way. He could have started knee and elbow spamming and doing all that stuff, but that's a making of a good player. He knew he was trying to do everything within his power to get the dub the right way, but, you know, sometimes it's just too much damage adding up on you. But shout out to Kev, man. Keep doing your thing out there, bro. I see you. But that's it for the video, guys. If you guys did enjoy this video, make sure to slap that subscribe button, as well as slap that like button if you're new. I do post UFC 4 content on this channel daily, as well as I do post Undisputed content. I know I haven't been posting a lot of it, but it's coming, guys, I promise. But until the next video, guys, take it easy, be safe, enjoy the rest of your guys' day, afternoon, evening, depending on where you guys are watching this from. And I will see you guys in the next video.